Hello and welcome to ACE or MRCP. I am Dr. Aparajita.Roy, Registrar at King's Hospital, London, and today we're going to talk about what to do if you fail PACES. Every course, every book that you read will tell you what to do, how to prepare for PACES, how to pass PACES in your first attempt, but there are not many resources to guide you if you have failed PACES. A disclaimer before starting this video: if you have never attempted PACES, please do not watch this video, watch my other videos on PACES preparation. I do not want you guys to even think of failing PACES even before you have taken your first attempt. However, if you have taken the exam before and unfortunately you have been unsuccessful, please watch this video till the end, as here I will discuss exclusive tips that will help you pass your exam in the next attempt. The data in the MRCP website from the previous diet clearly shows that the pass rate of PACES exam is roughly 50 to 60%. If you have failed PACES, try to set the grief and the anger aside. I know it's easier said than done, but it is important for you to rest, recuperate and recover to come back with a stronger strategy for your next attempt. First, let's talk about appeals in PACES exam. Not many candidates know that the Royal College of Physicians give the candidates an opportunity to appeal against any errors or procedural irregularities that may have occurred during conduction of the PACES exam. The RCP website has set clear guidelines on what candidates can appeal against and how they can do it. Again, I would like to reiterate that these appeals are only made against procedural irregularities, and I personally know of 2 such instances where these appeals were upheld and the exam was made null and void. One such instance was in the UK during COVID times, where one centre did not allow the candidates to physically examine the patients during Station 5. This is clearly a violation of how Station 5 is conducted, and when the candidates appeal against it, that particular exam was made null and void. The second instance happened in an international centre where there were massive delays in starting the PACES exam carousals that had caused significant stress and chaos among the candidates. So, what happens when candidates appeal against a certain procedural irregularity? The RCP sets up a committee and looks into all the evidence that has been associated with that particular appeal, and then they assess whether the appeal is justified or not. But please do not think that if the appeal is upheld, the failed candidates get an automatic pass. What usually happens is that particular exam is made null and void, and the candidates get their exam fees returned, and basically that attempt gets removed from the examinee's portfolio. Usually, the candidates that appeared for that exam gets an automatic chance to appear for the next diet. But again, please remember, these are exceptional circumstances with definite concrete evidence of procedural irregularities that may have adversely affected the exam condition. But please remember that these appeals are not valid against any issues like failing by a narrow margin, or if the candidate feels that they have been judged partially or unfairly. You will be surprised to know that 9 out of 10 PACES fails usually occur because of a very narrow margin. Also, please remember that the candidate's performance in the actual PACES stations are not digitally recorded, and there is no way the candidates can challenge the examiner's judgment should they fail. It is clearly documented in the PACES examination guidelines that the examiner's judgment and whatever they document in the mark sheet is the last word. Under no circumstances the marks awarded in the mark sheet will be changed. The only exception can be if there is an error in calculation of the marks. Let's say summation of the total marks a candidate has achieved across the stations, but that goes through so many checks that such an error is extremely rare and almost unheard of. So the take-home message is, by all means appeal against your PACES result, but only and only if you believe that there has been a gross procedural irregularity. Otherwise, there is not much to appeal against. Okay, so let's now focus on what are the things that you can do and I would definitely recommend you to do. that is, to ask for a feedback from the RCP. If you email the Royal College PACES organization team, they will promptly send you the scanned copy of your actual mark sheets. This is a goldmine for any PACES candidate. When the examiner awards you borderline or unsatisfactory marks, it is imperative for them to write their notes in the comment section of your mark sheet why they have not given you satisfactory marks. This mark sheet or this feedback sheet will give you very important insight regarding your own performance. You would be surprised to see that maybe the stations you thought you performed well have actually not got you enough marks to score a pass result. Also, you would be able to find out exclusively what your weakness and what your strengths are. This will definitely help you to prepare for the next diet. Tip number 3, start planning for your next attempt. There is no point in wasting time, and usually the next diet will be 2 to 3 months away. That will give you enough time to fine-tune your mistakes, plug the knowledge gaps, and come better prepared for the next attempt. You have done the exam once already. When you appear for the next diet, you'll definitely know how it feels like to be under the spotlight. And do not think, oh, I have failed once, will I ever pass again? How long will it take me to pass? Forget everything, focus on the preparation and go for the next attempt. Your preparation already has a rock solid foundation, and you do not want to lose out the preparation you have already built upon in the last few months. Also, please be aware of the fact that PACES slots these days have huge backlogs. So if you miss the next diet, God knows when you will get another slot again. In fact, you may have noticed the application window for the next diet opens even before the results of the previous diet has come out. For example, if you have appeared for diet 1 and failed that attempt, you will not be able to apply for diet 2 straight away because the application window for diet 2 has already closed. Your next attempt can only be in diet 3, but there is no guarantee that you will get a slot in that diet. So, my suggestion to you would be, if after your exams you feel that things have not quite gone as planned and there is a good chance that you may not be successful in this attempt, it might be prudent to be a bit more proactive and apply for the next diet when the application window opens, even before your results have come out. This way, when the results come out, if you see you've been unsuccessful, you already have an exam date at hand to feel motivated about. If you're liking this video and you think that this video is useful for your PACES preparation, please give me a like and consider subscribing to my channel. Also, let me know in the comment section below how you found this video and what other topics you would want me to make videos on. Tip number 4 would be to read about other candidates' experience. There is a lot of content available these days over Facebook, WhatsApp groups, Telegrams, Reddit, where candidates post their experiences, good or bad, after they have taken their exam. By doing this, you will find that you're not the only one and you're not the first one to fail PACES. Also, you can get positive reinforcement from candidates who have passed this diet successfully and what are the things that they did differently. They can tell you about good courses, they can tell you about useful tips and tricks, and also the new upcoming history and communication scenarios that may have come up in their PACES exam. In the RCP website, there is a very interesting article about a candidate who failed PACES in his first attempt but took the learnings, made significant changes to his preparation strategies and passed his next diet with flying colors. Please read that. I found that very inspiring and found that very useful for my preparation. Tip number 5 and the most important tip is make changes in your preparation strategies. A wise man once told me that if you keep doing the same things in the same way, you'll get the same result. So think about where your preparation gaps lie. Use the feedback sheet from your previous attempt as the foundation and keep building on it. Are you lacking in a good course? Did you hide behind textbooks and not do enough practice? Did you not have the right study partner? What went wrong? It is you and only you who can identify what your strengths and weaknesses are and it is only you who can work on your weaknesses to come back stronger in the next attempt. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope you found some useful tips that will help you to ace your next PACES attempt. Thank you. All the best for your preparation. Stay safe, keep studying and ace your MRCP.